And then where did we go, Anthony?
That took us into the match that we all thought was going to kick off the show. Karrion Kross with the lovely Scarlett versus Drew McIntyre in a steel versus a very sick Drew McIntyre in a steel cage match.
Very sick.
He was very badly with the flu, but he was adamant about wrestling that match.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I saw today.
Done a good job.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he did a very good job. I didn't mind the match at all. I mean, I suppose classic cage match, isn't it? You know, you got the cage match, you use the cage, you try to climb over the top, they drag you back in. You know, the face tries to get out through the door, they slam the door in your face, or in this case, you know, the mace again. But they all sort of got their holds in. I like that suplex that Drew did on Kross from the
top of the cage. Yeah.
I thought that was really, really good. The finish wasn't too bad, where they're both coming out and Drew just hits the floor literally milliseconds before the other. So Scarlett theoretically stuffed up because she locked the door, then had to unlock it. So that's where the time was lost. I thought the timing was pretty good. It didn't look too orchestrated, that finish.
No, it didn't. I thought it was a good match. I like Karrion Kross. Obviously, I'm a big fan of Drew McIntyre. Well, I'll talk about him in a minute, or what I think he needs to do. But Karrion Kross, I like. Actually, who he reminds me of? Triple H.
Oh, really?
He's the guy that the top guys work with to get over.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Right. He's that kind of worker, and he's a valuable guy. That kind of guy. He's that. Those kind of guys are more valuable than the main guys because they're the guys to patrol. Like Triple H and The Rock, Triple H and Austin, right? They guys propel the guys that are going to get over even further ahead, right? True. So he's that kind of worker. This guy, Karrion Kross, good old school worker. Everything looks clean. Everything looks good. Same thing you got with McIntyre. Huge guy, athletic, physically gifted. Yeah. Even down to Kross and Scarlett as a team is very reminiscent to Triple H and Chyna in certain ways. I'm not saying exactly like, but where the female would get involved, she was a bit of an enforcer, right? She was the eye candy of the two. She'd help the wins also be involved if there's an issue with the loss, right? That kind of angle. Right, which I'd like. I think wrestling's been missing that for a long time. Is a decent valet/manager. I think Vega was the best one to do it in recent times. I think. Right. I think the finish with Drew going over was a good way to finish the feud. The only thing I will say about Drew McIntyre, I think he needs to go away for 6 months and look at redeveloping his gimmick and coming back stronger again, because I think it's starting to get a bit stale. I think he's starting to get a little bit stale now with the whole coming out with the sword and the kilt. I think maybe he needs to take 6 months off, come back, do a little bit of a Sheamus. Take a little time off and come back with a polish to the gimmick, and then give him another run. This is a guy that could run against Roman Reigns, give a good run against Roman Reigns, whoever else is champion, And Karrion Kross, mate, there's no reason why that guy in a few years' time he keeps developing like he ain't at the pointy end of the card. He's a very good worker. What they did to him last time when he first went to the main roster was a travesty. It was a travesty of justice, and him and Scarlett are great together, so you wouldn't want to change that. Great match. It was an old school psychology. It was hard hitting. One more negative on that: if you can get sprayed to the eyes with mace, sell it. He sold it for about 2 minutes and then climbed over the cage and hit the floor. Where last time when he had it, he sold it and they took him out in an ambulance. So maybe if more times you get maced, maybe you become like immune to it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Great match on the great part. Yeah, good solid match. I gave it a 6.
Same.
Really enjoyed it. I'd like to see more of Scarlett and Kross.
I probably will.
Yeah.
Anthony, who produced this one, please? Just out of curiosity.
I Abyss.
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, good. And what did you think of this match, Anthony?
I'm definitely happy to kick off the show, but as I mentioned a couple of times, but yeah, because me and Mads were talking about it this morning. Yeah, McIntyre needs to go, and not in the sense of how he went the last time, but he just needs to take a bit of time off. Maybe bring back that Chosen One gimmick.
Which one?
The Chosen One gimmick he had for a bit.
Yeah, but can you do that with Vince not there now?
That's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. But
I think he's gone past that now. I think see Randy Orton's due back any minute now too. So Randy and Cody are due back. So you could probably give him a little spell if those two are coming back.
Yeah, you would.
Just in a bit of gossip, and I'm sorry to interrupt, but I forget things now that I'm old. They're saying what we were saying a little while back, that when Randy Orton comes, very, very strong word is he's going to come and turn on what's his name?
Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle.
Yeah, Riddle. Yeah, he's going to come and turn on them, and that'll start them off. So we said that'll probably happen, and apparently the word is that is what's going to happen. So that'll end up being a WrestleMania match.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't know how much more time we've got really out of Randy Orton. You know, like he's getting on. Not have a go, great worker still, but he's getting on.
Oh, brilliant! But his back is
yeah.
Back, you know, as you know, once he's getting those sorts of injuries, you're pretty limited now.
So you know, I think bringing him back and giving Riddle a good push, right? Which you're looking at keeping Riddle probably at the pointy end of the cards, I think, for a while.
Yeah.
Around that end, so I think that'll be a push for Riddle, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if next year Riddle's not got one of the two, either Intercontinental or US title belts.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
What did you end up giving that match, Anthony?
5.
5, okay. Yeah. All right.